I think the new look of TechKnow this season it's obviously completely different from last season. One of the reasons why it's completely different from last season is, well, the first couple shows of TechKnow last season I shot myself.
Moving into season 2 of TechKnow, we felt one of the most important things that we needed to do was give the look a facelift. So what we did is we said, you know what this show really needs is that white, that stark white, really clean environment that looks more scientific. So we looked at Take 5 and we said, well, we can take the white background from Take 5 and let's use that white as the look for TechKnow, and it fit that show perfectly.
We've had a producer and a shooter on the set, obviously the whole time this season, so the lighting is perfect, as opposed to kind of being thrown together by someone who doesn't really know what he's doing.
As far as lighting goes, we have 4 lights, actually 5 lights on the set. We have our 2 1Ks, which are used as our key and fill. We have a large key light here, and we fill with an airy 1K, and just enough to put a little bit of light on his face. The 2 back lights here are used to light the background, which is all white, and we can key that element and add any effects that we need to as the background. Another very important thing is a hair light that adds separation. And one important tool on any set is a long pole. When you're working on white paper, you can't always walk on it, but you can always use a pole to adjust your barn doors. Quick tip for TechKnow.
We also increased Eric's wardrobe a little bit. We made him just a little bit more formal.
Clean enough for television.
Kind of like the college professor of the 3 of us as far as his look goes. And it suits the content really well to have him have that kind of a professional look about him.
Dressing with a suit coat felt very natural, very, very comfortable, and it really worked with the black suit coat against the white background.
Then we wanted to increase, along with the white set, not just shoot him on white in the same exact way, but the overall production value of that show needed a boost. So Charlie had joined the team and as a video editor, and we immediately put him on TechKnow, and right away he tripled the quality, the level of that show. It didn't just go up a notch; it went up 3 notches.
So it took me about 4 or 5 episodes before really I was able to kind of branch out a little bit and kind of find a good balance between stuff that they had established and stuff that I thought would probably work inside of TechKnow. I think Eric kind of lends himself to some of the quirky animations and stuff like that. Kind of Bill Nye the Science Guy, kind of funny stuff that at least I find funny. I don't know if everybody else finds funny, but I like putting it in there, so.
The focus of very nearly every single episode is the Brent Milby animation. That's the peak. That's what brings the whole episode together, and light bulbs go on in people's heads, and it's just amazing.
Me and Eric will go in a room together and beat each other up for about half an hour, and then we'll talk about politics for 5 minutes at least, and then we'll take his sketches and his diagrams and whatever he's downloaded off the web and come up with the best way to explain it visually.
So across the board, with the new set and Eric's new wardrobe and a new editor with Charlie on that show and Brent's contribution, along with Josh Lieberman as the producer of that show, I can't give enough credit to Josh because honestly, managing Eric and getting him to get things done, not that he doesn't get things done, but managing Eric is the biggest part of producing that show.
Eric and I started working together last year.
Chilled to your liking.
Thank you.
Eric began TechKnow as a test, and really as a technical person, it's a different mindset than somebody who's on camera. There's been a transition from TechKnow geek to studio professional, and Eric has really stepped up to the plate. He has a great look, he has great information, and now more than ever, TechKnow has become one of the most popular shows.
With season 2, I was thrilled to see a growing audience, and there were weeks when TechKnow was the top rated episode that week. and I'm really pleased to see that. I think that says that we've done some things right in the changes we've made to that show, and that it's a value, and people are starting to see that, and that's very satisfying to me.